Good morning, live wires and little sparks. I hope you're doing alright. This morning I'm going to tell you a story that Jesus told to his disciples. If you want to read along later, have a look in the book of Matthew.
I look down on them, because I am the master of all the servants. I look up to him, because he is my master. But I look down on him, because he is my servant. I am the middle master. I know my place. I look up to both of them, but I don't look up to him as much as I look up to him, because, like me, he is a servant. But he is in charge of both of us.
One day, the master of all of the servants was tidying up his piggy bank, and so he had to collect monies from all the people that owed him. The master of all the servants found that the middle master owed him £1,000,000, or an amount that was so big that it was the equivalent of that man's life's earnings. If he didn't pay, he would be sold into slavery along with his family and everything that he owned.
I look down on him and have the power to decide whether to forgive his debt or sell all of his possessions. No, please, I beg you, give me some more time and I'll pay what I owe. I beg you, I beg. I feel pity for you. Therefore, I have decided to cancel your debt. You will never have to pay it again.
The middle master was free of his debt. But later on, he did something redonkulous.
I also need to tidy up my piggy bank. I shall collect money from people who owe me.
He found a fellow servant who owed him £1,000. £1,000? Absurd!
I hereby ask you to pay me the £1,000 that you owe me. I know my place. I have no money, so I cannot pay.
So the fellow servant also fell to his knees and begged.
There is no way that I can pay the debt. I beg you, give me more time and I will try. Oh, please forgive my debt. I will not. No, jailers, take him away until he can pay me back.
So the poor servant was taken to the jail until he could pay the debt, which of course he was never going to do. Whilst all of this was happening, some other servants saw how the middle master treated his fellow servant, and they told the king. Though he is the master of all the servants and can look down on both of them, he took pity on the lowly servant because he had been treated unfairly.
Why did you not show him the same forgiveness that I showed you?
The master of all of the servants took him and handed him over to the jailer to be tortured until he could pay all that he owed. And when Jesus was telling this story, he then said, "This is how my heavenly Father will treat each of you unless you forgive your brother or sister from your heart." That's the end of this week's story, little sparks and live wires. And we'll see you later.